What exactly is a potion? What the heck is a potion? This is my own potion that I am currently using for this month. I've already applied my potion when I did my morning moaning, which I do facing that mirror. Let me just show you. This is the potion. What are potions? Good morning, my beauties. Welcome back to my channel. This is MP Miss Pravala. I hope you've been doing extraordinarily well. Today's video is going to be structured as a Q&A. Everything you need to know about potions. I get to talk to clients. It seems as though there's a misconception or a lot of misunderstanding about what potions are and why absolutely every single woman should use potions at some point in their life. You're a woman who loves to stagnate. You're a woman who loves to dwell in negative programmings and judgment of the world and your own judgment. You're a woman who loves to be a man repellent and not be fulfilled in romance, but also in intimacy. You're a woman who loves to dwell in fear, anger, doubt of others, and self-doubt. You're a woman who loves to be in scarcity and to see scarcity. You're a woman who loves putting your problems on a pedestal and who always comes second. A woman who's going to delay her own thriving because of all of the excuses that she has. Unless you're a woman who's completely logical, masculine, and you love that about yourself, and you love being so right about everything, so sharp-edged about everything, robust in your acknowledgement that you know it all. You are a woman who has it all at every single time of her life, meaning that you have the job you love, the friends you love, the man who loves you more than you love, who loves you as much as you love yourself, a man who cares for you and shows you in all the ways you know you deserve. You want to have a family and your babies come easy. Getting pregnant is easy. Woman who has love for her body. I'm not talking about validation. I'm not talking about the perfect media approved body, but a woman who just loves herself completely from head to toe. No makeup, naked, legs stretched open, facing a mirror, turning around and just thinking, goodness, I am truly the most blessed magnetic woman on the planet. Unless you're that woman, you do need a potion. All of us do.
One thing that you have to keep in mind, regardless of where a woman is born, she has within her energy, within her essence, the capacity to have an easy life and to create prosperity in the way that suits her aspirations, her desires, her exposure to things, because some people's desires are sophisticated because they have been exposed to things. Every single woman has this capacity. The goal to be thriving, whether you are inheriting money from family or becoming wealthy on your own, is how you enjoy that money. Because I've seen so many cases, and I will take you the example of the 3 potions. I've seen girls or women who tap into the youthful femininity and they say, I just want to be pampered, because they suffered growing up because maybe their parents didn't give them gifts or they were too poor to even have nice things. So they go for the wrong partner, they lose their dignity, they get the money, but they're absolutely miserable, empty on the inside. And most of the time, if you talk to those ladies 20 years after, 30 years after, you will notice that they're drained. They didn't have the emotional intelligence to graduate to being a woman who respects her relationship with money and respects herself with reports to money. You have the case of the emerald toxic woman who works so hard and she has a karma of taking care of her entire family, the karma of sacrificing her career for, having children. Sometimes she wants children, it just doesn't happen. The body is not in her femininity, so the body rejects the idea of conceiving, of creating a child. The body is just on creating success. Maybe some of them adopt. They make peace with the fact that they don't have it all, basically. And then you have the gold toxic, the woman who comes to me and I will tell them during our call, during our consultation, gold is for you. Two-faced, better than sex. So that lady is a woman who was womanized too fast. I don't know if that's a word in English. But then you have girls who, very, very young, have the body of a woman. They start being looked at as women very young, very early on. They get sexualized by the eyes of men, older men, younger men, who, in school or, in family setting, make comments about her being a woman. That specific category, I also notice, is going to experience some sort of sexual abuse, one way or another, either exposed to it and it affects her programming. It stays within her, this fear of being a woman. So they will gain weight, they would emotionally binge on things. They have a codependency also, because they create this sort of toxic attachment. So there's a relationship with the body, which is, I'm always going to show my body. I'm always going to be very sexy because I was judged for it. It's a toxic way. It's a very masculine way of dealing with yet a feminine body, but it's a masculine stance on exploiting that energy. Or you have the other ones who reject femininity altogether. They choose not to deal with that. They don't want anything that has to do with women or traditional roles of women. They look down upon women who pamper themselves, who spend money on themselves. They feel that being sexy is a negative thing. Any kind of judgment about womanhood as our ultimate tool of being who we are, because we're born in this body, right? If I were to act like a man, think like a man, strategize like a man, pretend I'm a man, or want to compete with men, playing the man game, I think the universe and the cosmos is smart enough. It would have made me a man. I would have been born a man with a man anatomy. This potion is really powerful when you want to become a woman. Everything that has to do with being a woman, not a mother, but a woman, because a mother is going to go on that emerald, the creation process, the me having a different status, and motherhood is a different status, just like getting a career is a different status within that womanhood. Here I'm speaking about living, thriving in the woman experience, so enjoying all of the perks of being a woman and not seeing them as a negative thing. That's why it's always important, if you have any doubt, to book a call with me. You speak to me and I'm like, okay, you need Ruby, and get it ASAP. And also you have to get ready to get on the regimen, meaning that getting a potion is not a one shot. It's an investment on you. The same way you get your dental health fixed and you're gonna go every week or every month for a year getting your Invisalign. Some women go for, they get a coach for their body and they pay the coach every month, and every month for 2 or 3 years they're gonna hire this coach and go to see results. Or you want to be an actor and you take acting lessons, you're going to invest in that and be like, okay, I'm gonna go to theater school for like 3 years and pay for it. This is the same thing. The potion life is a layer, but it's a deeper layer for you. It's the most important layer for you, because it's not about I'm winning outside. It's I'm winning within myself, and I'm falling in love with myself, so that everything around me now falls into place. You find that peace and that inner love and that fulfillment within. I just got this dress. It still has the tag on it. I'm trying it on because almost everything I buy, I have to get it tailored. This one, I had to have it a little bit closed here and in the back. I have to send it back because see, they need to fix it. I have a pet peeve. Clients who are victims, who want me to save them. You want to be saved? You book me for a custom potion package. You buy a custom potion because you love yourself. Buying a potion is the equivalent of going and buying an expensive purse. You can use this one. And feeling like, oh, I look good. This here, most women will buy because they want external validation. They will say, I manifest this, or I splurge on myself, or I binge shop because I'm worth it.
because I deserve it, because I love myself, because I'm an amazing manifester, because I'm rich. I love expensive things. It's for external validation. This is to go to your lounge, your country club, your Saint-Tropez, your Dubai Mall, your Café de Paris in Monte Carlo, your Fifth Avenue in New York, your Rodeo Drive, and wherever people go to be seen, to have in their circles validation that I made it. Actually, this really doesn't match. Because you want to show off. It's the I'm beautiful, I can afford it, I love beautiful things, to ornate and embellish myself. It's exactly the same thing except better, because having that beautiful purse or the beautiful jewelry and the outfits and going to the places is not a guarantee that on the inside you are fulfilled. I can show up to, not me, many women that you see looking gorgeous on the outside, embellishing their body, going to the gym, making it big in their careers. They're empty on the inside. Trust me, there's something that they want. There's something that you want that money cannot buy. That is why, buy a potion. The potion says, I love myself so much that I'm going to dedicate and invest my time and my money on something that is going to make me feel amazing. Something that is going to make my life make sense. Something that is going to make me emotionally autonomous. Something that's going to show me I love me. Something that's going to open my eyes to the fact that I am a gift to the world. Something that is going to slap any type of imposter syndrome. I was watching a documentary which comes every Saturday here in France. There was this actress. She kept repeating in one format or another, I don't even know, like most of the time, I feel like a fraud. Most of the time, I feel, and you would see the women that I've had, any kind of prestigious event or prestigious women I'm working with, where you look at them and you would not know unless you read aura, unless you speak, unless because they come to someone like me to be vulnerable. And you find out that there's just this one thing right now that they will pay billions of dollars to have. That is women who have to show up competent, women who bully themselves because they need to be achievers. They couldn't pay a man to love them. Gorgeous physically, and every man cheats on them or ghosts them. And they're here explaining to me how online dating is just full of guys who are not good or players, or no one is serious on online dating. The man I'm with right now, who is all over me, full in since minute one, was the second person I went on a date when my daughters put my profile on all dating apps. They found, because they told me, we know you're happy. Maybe they were just thinking that they wanted me out of their way or something. He was the second one. The first one, I just felt like, he still wanted to see me. He was ready. He told me from the get-go, like, I'm in. And the one that I'm with was the second one. My profile on that app had nothing but my name. No answers to questions, because of course when my daughters filled out the app, they didn't put nothing. Like, they asked you like all kinds of questions, like your interests and things like that. There was nothing. My first name and my age. And I'm over 40. My daughters installed it on my phone. The moment I get on the app, there's something says it's a match. My daughters had matched me, had like liked some profiles for me. And the guy starts sending me messages and he says, okay, I don't want to stay too long talking. Let's see each other. Immediately. He told me the reason why he said that is because when he saw me, there's something that pulls me to her. I just want to see her now. And second, he was suspicious. He thought I was a fake profile. Apparently apparently there are lots of fake profiles or profiles of escorts. It's very common in the south of France. I don't know where you are in the world. Maybe it's the same. So he said, let's just get it over with. But you know what's most interesting? He meets me and we were chatting and I think nothing because I go on a date with myself so much. I just love, enjoy myself so much that the whole time I'm just there like, oh, does my drink taste good? Oh, it's so sweet. I love this drink. Oh, and they had like little like appetizers where he just told me whatever you want, just order it. And I said, no, I'm not like a gluttonous kind of person. I had already had caviar that day at another place by myself. I was like, no, it's just so we had like little things to nibble. The whole time I'm not even thinking, does he like me or not? It was not my point to be liked or not. I was just having an amazing time with this guy. And we finish up. Maybe this is too much information. Anyways, and he tells me, when do I see you again? When do I see you? We can't spend too much time without seeing each other. Like, I want to see you again, like soon. And he said, okay, can I see you tomorrow? We saw each other for lunch. He took time from lunch. I mean, he owns his business, but to see me, he only had 45 minutes. So I said, okay, let's just meet for a tea. And you know what he told me? He said, he's not a spiritual person. He's not into energy. Just like any man, a feminine woman is going to attract. He told me 2 weeks before seeing me on the app, 2 weeks, there was a voice in his head that told him, I will tell it to you. The awkward way he said it to me in French. I will say it in French and then I will translate. He said, il y a une voix dans ma tête qui m'a dit qu'il fallait que je sois en couple avec une femme de couleur. He said he woke up one day and he had an image in his mind that he couldn't pinpoint what it was. But he started looking around and feeling like black women, black women, black women. And then he said at the end of that day, because he was busy, he was not focusing on that thought. He had never really been attracted specifically to black women. He's a Caucasian man who has been mostly with Caucasian women. And he told me that by the end of that day of having like the lingering, like a blurry thought, a little cloud, that night he went back to his place and when he was quiet, he said he clearly heard, you must be in a relationship with a woman of color. Saying woman of color, for me, it's a little bit cringe. But he was trying to be politically correct with me. He didn't know how I would take, what was my sensibility about those terms. So he was like clumsy. But he said, clearly, to be happy, I need to be in a relationship with a woman of color, a black woman. 2 weeks later, he sees me on the app and he says it was ambiguous. He couldn't tell. I looked off color or exotic or something. He didn't know if I was specifically black, but he saw me and he said, this is the person. Before I showed up, he had a certainty and he was like, maybe I'm going to be proven wrong, because he was expecting to be proven wrong. He had like all kinds of doubts and he was like, oh, let me just go. It's probably not going to work out. But if she turns out to be what I hope, it's her. She's the one. Before meeting me, before seeing me in person. So there's no such thing as the online dating is crap, or men are this way, or the workplace is very hard, I have to be a masculine. No, you change yourself. You transform yourself first, and then everything that matches that shifted version of you, they come to you. No effort at all. The hyper feminine woman makes no effort ever, unless it's making an effort on making herself ready for the things she knows she's entitled to have. How do you get yourself ready? Is to bring yourself to a vibrational match and not be such a victim to triggers when you vibrate on your hyper feminine. We're going to smell our money. The ladies who are interested in doing the custom potion package, which comes with 2 full consultations and a spiritual box and rituals that I do to remove specifically curses, any other type of energy or spiritual curses, I do that work. The custom potion package is a spiritual work. Right now, I'm fully booked. There's a waiting list. And it's not on the website. You have to email us, and it's $10,000. You email me if you're interested. You have to put a deposit of 50% to be on the waiting list. If you're patient, if you're willing to wait for me, do it.